better boy with a lonely heart, looking for hope in the dark since the folks departed. Still picking up the pieces all torn apart, with an older brother who was never home. This Marcus working hard to the bone, and he knew regardless they could afford a river never cold to starve. A better year, second floor in the old apartment. Third floor was a couple who loved to party, both in the late 20s. Joe and Carl, get below was an old man, his name was Marty. And Marty was an artist who lived alone and loved writing poems, but couldn't finish what he started. Said he loved to paint, his imagination taking out the frame. Oil base on the carpet, every day's a blank canvas to get your options. Word leaked out, he been dripping like a faucet, smoking wet, smelled like a permanent marker. Heard him been coughing, sure, but the thought wasn't a whole lot of noise you would hear down there. But a lot of things thrown, getting broke upstairs with the screaming and yelling and shouting. It sounded like somebody going through the wall, like damn. One day, Marcus working late on the rant. Summertime school vacating, make a lot of friends, so the boys stayed right at home instead. Marcus said to lock the door and never let anyone in but him. The name of the lease, he the man with the key that he heard Joe and Carly clapping every step past his door. Just one of them but thought nothing less of how heavy they stepping out quietly they crept. When it got inside, it was mad quiet for a minute. All of a sudden, breaking shit, getting violent with it. Heard her arguing, no crying for the women, just banging on the floor, the furniture being flipped. And one of them walks downstairs and proceeds to yank up on the door, not sure if it be them. Just turning up the knob, no knocking, no voice. So he didn't make a peep, didn't really get a choice, cause they didn't even speak, had to hold his breath. Scared when his neighbors sounded like they got annoyed, getting paranoid now that it's sent downstairs. Nothing for the next few minutes, then he could hear two men getting all physical together down there. Heat rises, situation getting tense as it getting louder, no anticipating what's next to a loud crash. And that's not where the buck stops, when it smashed, and then he heard a gunshot, with nothing but dead silence for the next 15 minutes till they painted the building blue with the flash of the lights. Cops storming in and waving the guns and breaking up the neighborhood that very night. Next day, Marcus asked if little brother was hurt, if he heard anything from the day before, cause someone rented the top floor. The neighbors weren't home, and what's worse is the man at the first is murdered, killed over little bread and some Sherman pills. The verdict in, it was a former tenant who lived there just a few years before they did. He fell behind the rent and bills with an opioid addiction, but he kept the key for the first floor apartment. The landlord never changed up the lock after he was evicted. So it seemed the man and Marty had a connection from the same plug in the same old district. See the man hit rock bottom and desperate, had no money but he knew where to get a quick fix. Be careful when you associate with misfits, judge a book by its cover, limit the misprint. You judge people when they be your own worst critic. All devils in disguise, that's the world we live in.
You feel alone, not a soul inside. Just close your eyes, know what home feels like. Everybody got their own way of life. It's all day and night, hear the song saying live. You wanna be free, feel alive, pray you make this life. Hope this feeling never dies, fire burns inside. Wish they could see through our eyes, ain't no paradise. Do what we need to survive and we'll make it fine. Wanna be free, feel alive, pray you make this life. Hope this feeling never dies, fire burns inside. Wish they could see through our eyes, ain't no paradise. Do what we need to survive and we'll make